and shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Packlj and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Nittany Lions will put total weather to crank us up. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
When you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game, let's do this. How about a pick six on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here's the return from inside his 10. He's got great speed. He returns it almost to the 35. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Solid work on that one. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Northwestern right back to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going green.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
When you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. Back to throw, it's Stone. Snagged out of the air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Third down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
And the Wildcats with the 1st and 10. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Past the 40. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
That's the beauty of misdirection in the run game, right? You try to show the defense one look, and then you come back and hit them the other way when they're not expecting it.
And the Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, running back gets to give. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job at containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Stone. They're working that left side. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Everything's bouncing and jiggling and rolling, and he's going forward, and he's loose. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
What a play by the defense. And listen, we know that they practice these turnovers in these situations each and every week. How about David? Just how everybody understands, hey, we've recovered the fumble. Let's get our heads around now and go find ourselves some blocks.
You work it every single week. You hit the nail right on the head. We yell out words so you know, Oski, 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 fumble, fumble, fumble. First thing you do, defensive line, go look up the quarterback. Start blocking, understanding how to follow my blocker.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room.
Not only do they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He'll go to the sneak. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Now they're going to throw it. It's complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. To the air, it's Stone. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Oh, the attempt is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Give to the running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Dinkins. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Penn State!
In the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Florida State is just getting crushed today, and this is in front of a full house in Tallahassee. There are children there, folks. They should not be subjected to this. They're trailing by 14 to Pittsburgh. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking to pass, it's Stone. Fires to the tight end. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. Come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. They'll try to sneak it.
Pieces to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running game.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's Stone. Quick completion on the out. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
On the run, it's Porter. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
Well, this running back has been the only guy who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
To the ground to try to move the chains. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. They do it.
High the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. This time it's complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They'll go to the ground. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I like the run there. The offense doesn't have to press. They've got some time still left before the half. And more importantly, they've got to cut into this lead. They're down a couple of scores. This would be enormous. The locker room will feel so different if they can punch this in for a touchdown before the half.
This conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And boy, did they play keep away on that drive. Didn't think they were ever going to give it up. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Saunders. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Back to throw, it's Allard. Moves around to clear up the vision. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. On the run, it's Singleton. Oh, he's got some space. They finally rustle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Holds and fires complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Looking to throw, it's Stone. He's got an open man. Finds a crease at the 20. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Wants to throw on 1st down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
Extra point here will tie the game. And right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Florida State is being brought out back behind the woodshed right now. This is cover your eyes, hug your loved ones territory. A real shame. They're trailing by 18 to Pittsburgh. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Get this drive going from the 17. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw, it's Aller. He's going for a big play downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got some room to run. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Well, the quarterback wants that throwback, guys. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to drive down the field here in a 2-minute situation. We're going to get the lead. We're going to have the momentum going into the first half, but he got too aggressive, and he should have thrown that one away or eaten it, because now the other team has a chance to score points here at the end of the half.
Wide receiver going in motion. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll set up to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's third down. They're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on third down. Looking downfield, it's Stone. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Deep shot for the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Northwestern about to boot it away to open the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They'll test the right side. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Slithers into space. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And how about that on 3rd down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. 3rd down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Aller. Looking to the big tight end. That's caught. It's Reynolds. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Drew Aller feels as if he has unfinished business at Penn State. Tyler Warren is gone, but Aller still with a plethora of weapons at his disposal, and maybe, David, giving him a path to redemption in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and when we saw him finish, it wasn't the best, right? He made the big turnover. They had a chance to go to the national title game, but Penn State took some next steps, and he took some next steps. So if the talent in this offense, another year of Colton Ecke, the running backs back, like this offense could really take that next step.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
That's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. Now you have to make them earn it now on the next down.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Touch pass on the run. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Nittany Lions looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He caught it! So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
And the Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Have it back from Northwestern offense headed out. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll line up for a second down play. The inside handoff. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. Wants to throw. It's Stone.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He'll field the punt. Makes a move. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. State sends the offense back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo. To the ground with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The kick is on its way. And the coverage team all over it, and the punt is down inside the 40. pass. It's Stone. Quickly to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on them.
And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
To the ground. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
I just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to get the corner. There he goes. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Caught in the backfield. It's Porter. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And this one will be stopped for no gain. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Toss sweep to the left. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
A little bit inside, a little bit outside. Nice job. Hey, keep them guessing, right? You run it up the middle to keep them honest. Now toss it on the perimeter. Make them set the edge on the outside with their defensive ends. They don't do a good job here. Nice positive game. And let's go get 7.
And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown, Northwestern. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Florida State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Doak Campbell Stadium, one of the more special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Pittsburgh. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Pulls it in. It's Ross. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Dropping back, it's Aller. Throws for the tight end. On target to the left. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
They'll try the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Love the effort on defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He might want another play. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot. In a sudden change situation, let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
Leaves it with the running back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Stone. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
When you're seeing the pass rush on the 2nd play of the drive, they dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached waste the 2-minute timeout. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide-out level noise. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. On target over the middle. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Talk about stepping up in a huge moment of the game. This guy's been relatively quiet throughout the game, but here in a 2-minute situation, he makes arguably the biggest play of the game so far for his offense. Nice job.
Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Pressure coming. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on fourth down, and it pays off there.
That just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical fourth down and execute.
Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to turn the corner on the left. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Drive of the game right here as we get close to the end of regulation. Looking for a man, it's Stone. He's got it down the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play, clock running. Looking to throw for it. Grabs it in the middle. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. So first down in the red zone, and this crowd getting behind its defense. Looking to throw on first down. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. This crowd even louder now on second down as they try to hold on. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to throw and not much time to work with. Snags it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. Now we head to overtime. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need, try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Motion from the wideout. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Stone. Fires to the right. Almost had the huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at 3rd down.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Now 3rd and long here in overtime as this defense wants to force a field goal attempt. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Looking for the goal line. Makes a catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a 1st and goal from the 5.
I really like this offense staying aggressive. They were in field goal range, but nice job on 3rd down. Forget that. Let's go get the 1st down. Let's throw the football. Nice read, nice catch. Now set up with a 1st and goal situation.
With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they score first here in overtime. This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. The give to the back. It's a fumble on the play. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. Touchdown, Penn State! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Got to be impressed with the level of execution here in the 2nd drive of OT. 1 play, score a touchdown, and now it's decision time, David. You kick the extra point and keep this thing going, or do you go for 2 and try to win?
Yeah, and you're right. The response was amazing. I mean, you give up a touchdown, you have a tendency to get down on yourself. No. First play, great execution. Now, do I go for the win? Do I play this safe, or do I go try to take this moment right now and get the W?
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. That's going to do it from here. For David Packlj and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Don't assume on this extra point. They needed to send it to a second OT. And he puts through the extra point. First down here in the second overtime. Used the play fake, now to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Love the effort, tried to toe tap, but at the end of the day, that's just a really good-looking incompletion.
They'll run play action. Quick strike complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, the quarterback hits him and
got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Got it in to take the lead here in the second OT.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Now in the second overtime, you must go for the two-point conversion. Dropping back, it's Allard. Oh, and this one's picked off. A huge overtime turnover. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking to throw on first down. Connection to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Northwestern in business in the red zone. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They go to the ground. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they responded with a score of their own here in overtime.
Man, what a great response by this offense. Going down the field, scoring the touchdown. Now, I got to go for 2. I know the new overtime rules. They changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to two-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done, find a way into the end zone, and be more physical.
Second overtime, you have to go for 2, and this is for the win. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. Have to go for two, starting in double overtime, and this one would win the game. Looking to throw it, Stone. They do not convert, and we are still tied, headed for triple overtime. And now it's all two-point conversion attempts from here on out. He wants to throw it. They're stopped on the two-point try, and we are still tied. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. They broke serve, now a chance to win it with a two-point conversion. Direct snap. They can't get it in. Neither team can get the two, and we'll play another overtime. Let's do it again, guys, shall we? And we'll see just how far down the play sheet they have to go for this two-point try. Working that left side now. They got it done with the two, and now they hold the edge deep in overtime.
It's all about mental toughness. That's impressive there to get the two-point play, and now you're putting it on your defense. Can they rise up to the occasion, David? Make a play and end this thing.
Man, and that's what you're doing. You're trying to get energy from them. You're walking over there, too. Guys, we just need one stop. One stop, and we walk out of here a winner. I know you're exhausted. Just give me one more play.
They'll have to respond with a two of their own. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. So now they'll need to answer to keep this game alive.
it.